Welcome to AC Cactus Tack. We're back here out on the range. It's only 107 degrees today out here in the desert. We've got a little bit of cloud cover, so I know light's going to be an issue. But I wanted to get out and I wanted to test my CMMG Mark 10, a 10 millimeter PDW, and I just installed a FRT trigger. Well, I didn't install it. I actually had a friend of mine do it who's an armorer. When it comes to triggers and myself, if there's a guy to fuck it up, it's me. So I had him do it. He tested it. He says it's working. I'm coming out here to verify and validate. I have never shot an FRT trigger in my life. I'm really excited to just see what this thing can do. And so I thought I'd bring you along for the ride today. Hopefully we can, this light will last and we'll shoot it in semi just to get a sense for the trigger and how bad or how good the trigger is. And then we'll turn on the FRT and try that experience. And then I want to shoot it suppressed and unsuppressed. So we'll bring you along for the journey today, and hopefully we don't have to stretch filming over 2 days. We can knock it out. So anyway, guys, let's get right into it with the CMMG Mark 10 10 mil with an FRT trigger. Right off the bat, I'm not a trigger snob, so as long as it's working, I'm pretty happy with triggers, but I know some of you are. So I have it set to semi. Let's see. Okay, I'm definitely feeling a little bit of crunch on the reset. Yeah, it's not super crisp. Okay, it's not a discernible wall from what I can tell. It's really, it's definitely gritty when you're pulling it back. Not a discernible wall. Yeah, I'm breaking it. I'm not intending to break it. Reminds me a little bit of an AK trigger from that regards, but maybe not quite as smooth. Yeah, so I would say that it's definitely not as good as like a match grade trigger for sure. Probably definitely not as good as a Geissele, and the Geisele's that I have, definitely much, much better. But is it functional? Yes. Is it better than a mil spec? I'd say for semi, I'd probably go with a mil spec, to be honest. I mean, it's not that it's bad or anything, but in some of the mil specs I have on my AR-15s, it seems they're just a touch crisper, at least to me. So anyway, if you've shot these before, I would love to get your thoughts in the comments, but I would say definitely very functional. If you're a trigger snob and that is something that is extremely important to you, I don't know, it depends on the fun factor versus the trigger snobberish, and that's sort of where you'll fall. So if you're super into triggers and the brakes and everything like that, I would say you're probably not going to be super stoked with this trigger, but it is functional. So anyway, let's get a couple of rounds down range and see how it feels. Okay, I haven't confirmed zero on this thing, but let's just get a couple of rounds. I'm going to keep it in semi and just get a couple of rounds through, just trying to get the feel under fire. So let's do that. Okay, got a round chambered. It's a very pronounced reset on it. I think from that standpoint, the trigger itself is not super comfortable for me. There's definitely a sharpness to it. It's just not a super clean wall or break. It's the best way that I can describe it, but it's not bad. It's not like, you know, just treat it like an AK trigger. There's no really defined super break there. It's not a two-stage, definitely much more like a single stage. But from what I can tell, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a functional trigger. I don't think it's as good as certainly some of the performance. All right, let's put this thing into FRT and see if it'll work. Okay, so we'll get it into FRT mode, and do have a round chambered. Okay, that's safety, that's semi. All right, I'm assuming this is FRT mode here, so let's see. Okay. Oh, got a little bit of a jam there. A little bit of a jam towards the end of the magazines, but it worked. Let me see if I can get some slow-mo of my finger on this thing and show you guys how it's sort of working in a little bit more detail. Okay, we're gonna put this into slow-mo. I'm gonna get close to the camera, and we've got it, we'll put it in FRT mode. And we do have a round chambered. Put it into FRT mode, and let's see. Okay, on mine, this is safe, that's semi, and then all the way around is safe. I do want to do a test where I have it in FRT and I bring it back to semi and then back to safe and see how that works. And I want to run another test where I have it in FRT and then bring it back to safe. So I got to load up some more mags. We'll let this bad boy cool down a bit, and we'll be right back. Okay, loaded up some more mags. Bring plenty of ammo when you start playing with these guys. Go through them quick. And we're shooting 10 mil, so you can imagine. I think I'm already down $100. So what I want to do now is I just want to test, you know, going from semi into FRT, FRT back into semi, into safe, back into FRT, back into safe. I just sort of want to test that sequence just to see if everything's functioning and how it just sort of works for my own edification. So we'll just, God damn it. Oh, Jesus. That's such a rookie maneuver here. All right. You know, this SMG mag right here, it doesn't seat as easily as the others. So, and this, by the way, this does take Glock mag. So I've just got some 30 round setups here. Okay, so we are safe. We are chambered. Let's do semi and then go into FRT. Semi. Okay, FRT. Okay, go back to semi. Go back to safe. Okay, go to FRT. Go to safe. Go to semi. Go back to safe. Go to FRT. Go back to safe. Go to FRT. And that's all she wrote. What I've noticed, if you're in FRT, your finger starts getting used to this. And when you flip back into semi, you almost are resetting your finger to some extent. So you may pop off another round than what you intended. So I would just say that if you're flipping back and forth between modes, maybe take your finger off the trigger once you go into semi, reset your mind and your finger, and then pull the trigger. So that would be just one thing that I've noticed. Again, your mileage may vary. I may suck, you may be awesome, that's fantastic. But that's just one thing that I've noticed. And because there's really no definable wall on this thing, you can crack off another round that maybe you didn't intend to when you're flipping across these modes pretty quick. But everything seems to function really well, so I've got full confidence in that. All right, let's try suppressed. Okay, so I'm not running the muzzle brake that came with it. I'm running a tri-lug. I think it's a Silencerco tri-lug in what is it, 45 ACP. So as I was in full FRT mode, I noticed that I go up and sort of to the right. And if I really, get a much tighter grip and everything like that, I can control it a little bit better. But for me, it's definitely up and to the right just a bit. I don't have any muzzle brake. I like a tri-lug, so that's what we'll try running here. Let's see how we do. Well, actually, let me pop off some unsuppressed rounds. I also have some subsonic rounds too that we can try. So let's just try it normal first, and we'll get a recording on that, and then we'll try it suppressed. Semi-auto, unsuppressed. FRT, unsuppressed. Okay, I'm going to be running the 46M Silencerco in the long configuration. You can take off this section right here and run it shorter if you want. I'm just going to run it long. I'm going to start off in semi, make sure I don't blow the shit out of my can. I've never shot this gun suppressed. So, and we got a round chambered. Suppressed, semi-auto. Gas is not too bad. Okay, FRT, suppressed. Okay, these are subsonic 10 mil. They're a company called Hush Puppy. I think they're about 940, 950 feet velocity per second, or 950 feet per second from a velocity. I think the normal subs, or the normal 10 mil are like 1080. So I've never shot subsonic through this thing. I shot it through my pistol, but I have not done it through the Banshees. Subsonic 10 mil suppressed. Okay, FRT, subsonic suppressed. Definitely a little gassier. Definitely a little gassier, but super quiet, man. That's awesome. Okay, we're back on safe. You can't get a little, I'm gonna say you can't get a little confused with this thing, so just be careful. I wanna take the Ear Pro off and just shoot semi subs. Okay, I would say definitely want to wear some Ear Pro on that, but can certainly shoot it without blowing out your head for sure. All right, so those were the Hush Puppies. Everything seemed to work just fine. I'm actually running an H2 buffer here. When I first got this gun, I'll run some B-roll. It did not work for me right out of the gate, man. It just would not cycle. And I contacted CMMG, and they send you a formula that based on the ammo, you run it through this formula. I think it's, I don't know, velocity times weight of the bullet divided by 1,000. And whatever that number range comes out, there's like a guide that tells you if you should be running an H3 buffer or an H2, and they ship it with both an H3 and an H2. Mine came loaded with the H3 installed, and it didn't work right out of the gate. I calculated the math, and it said I should be running an H3 buffer. So I contacted CMMG, and they said, hey, before you send it back, just pop in the H2, see what happens. I've been running H2. So there are a couple of really good websites out there that, as I was beginning the journey on getting the FRT, my first one ever, suppressing it for the first time, I think Ballistic Tactical or Ballistic Tactician. I'll put his website up here, and then another website called Grunt Paw. These guys were running the same sort of setup, including the suppressor. And I think Ballistic Tactical was like, you know, you're going to need to go with like an H3 buffer to make everything work. So far, I'm running H2, and knock on wood, everything's working. I did bring a Geisley H3 with one of those Super Duty springs just in case with me, but the OEM spring, the OEM H2, everything's working, suppressed and unsuppressed, FRT, semi, it's all working. So that's all I can tell you. Again, your mileage may vary, but those are 2 video resources on this particular firearm exclusively that can help you out and provide a tremendous amount of guidance as you start your journey too, if that's something that you would want to do with your Banshee. I'm noticing that you can see that the finish is definitely getting worn pretty quickly. I think those shells are getting extracted. So far, that's the only thing that I've noticed on this. Everything seems to be working just fine. So with that, guys, I'm just going to go back to shooting a couple more rounds. This is the normal supersonic suppressed, and with that, enjoy. Really recommend the Banshee 10 mil if you guys are looking for a 10 mil PDW. This is, so far, after my first little challenge, it's been flawless, man. It's been awesome. So really good construction, really good quality. They are a little expensive. I think now they're about $1,700. When I got mine, it was around $1,600. So prices are definitely going up, but if you can find one, get one. You'll really enjoy it. It's a really well-designed firearm. So with that, we'll see you later. AZ Cactus Tac signing out.